Did you ever have a chance to take a look at Ionic Cup?
I have taken a little bit of a look at it. It doesn't seem overly complex.
It's basically, in my opinion, 2 Pokemon, and then you can just like put whatever the hell you want on your team.
So Shadow Bee and what's the second one?
Beware.
Oh, Beware. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Shadow Bee Beware combo is like friggin' disgusting.
I was looking at Psychic Umbreon because like Umbreon beats Shadow Bee in all the even shields.
Great. I'm running Umbreon too. Would love to see a Psychic Umbreon. That's where you start running into the problem, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can find other stuff to get it, like run Samurott.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, if you don't have like, it's basically like, it's not good.
What, Umbreon?
There's a fair amount of dark types in the meta, I will say. There's Alolan Raticate seems pretty good. There's also what else was there?
It's basically all the neutrons dark, aren't they?
Yeah, like so. Basically, Umbreon would be like the mirror would be really annoying. This thing, the Raticate, it's also ranked pretty high.
Yeah.
Like any of these dark poisons. I don't think people are going to be running too much of these ones, but I would say mainly for Umbreon, the Rat, and like maybe a Drapion or something like that.
I'm kind of interested in Weavile.
No.
Let's see how that goes.
So bad.
Seems to beat all the electrics.
Great. Look at this.
It's consistent.
Its stat product is 1568. It's consistent because it only gets to 1 charge move, so you just throw the most effective one every time. It somehow beats Beware, which is, I think, crazy.
That's pretty nuts. So it just takes one avalanche.
Does 118 damage.
What was it as a percentage?
76%.
Okay.
77%. Superpower does 201.8%. So basically, like, if Beware has just 1 energy lead, then you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They don't even have to bait with a stomp. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the 2 shield, they just go straight stomp.
Yeah.
With 1 energy lead. Shadow Claw's doing 4% to it.
That's
I
nuts.
don't know, man. Weavile is... I think Beware is really good, though.
Yeah.
I think if you don't have Beware on your team, then you made a mistake, in my opinion. Because it's one of the... It's a wild card, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to waste one of your slots on it. And it like can win. It can like get close with Beedrill. Can beat Umbreon. Sableye is very close. It has like a lot of very close matchups. Yeah. Are you doing factions this cycle? I couldn't remember.
Do I have factions?
Are you doing factions?
I'm not doing factions. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm on the bench. I'm an alternate, but yeah, I'm part of a team. We've got the Pallet Town Ruby team.
Oh, so you did join? You left that other team to join the Pallet Town team?
Yeah. The Pika Blinders team. I left an Emerald team to go play Open. Moustache has redeemed Dab. Here you go. That's for you, Moustache. Crazy Kid Dynamics here. So's B-Stud.
Oh, and this is like an Australian Pallet Town thing, too.
Yes. Yeah.
678 Ghost.
Yep.
Lily Bear. Interesting.
Yeah.
The Shoot Nasty.
Yep.
White chocolate. Oh, okay. White chocolate. Hello. Welcome in. Interesting. How'd you guys do last cycle? Loss, win, loss, loss, win, loss, buy, loss, win. I mean, not the worst.
It's not the worst, no.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Technically, could have been worse. We've made some adjustments. We'll do better. We'll do better this cycle. How is your faction going?
Good. We are registered, ready to go. We're getting platinum.
Yep. Platinum now. Far out.
Yeah, we just got back-to-back double promotions. So
wow.
We went to from when I started with them. They were in Iron, which is Slifer, what's up?
Hey,
which is just out of Open.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just fell short. We had one loss that cycle, and the number one team had only had 0 losses, and we were the only team we lost to was them.
Mm-hmm.
So they got double promoted, and we got single promoted.
Okay. And
then so we went to I even forget what it was, Copper or something. Then we got double promoted to Silver, and then we ended up finishing in first, like crazy final week of some things shuffled around, and then so now we got double promoted to Platinum, so pretty crazy.
That's amazing. And so Platinum is
two tiers below Emerald.
Yeah.
So it's Platinum, Diamond, Emerald. So like if we get promoted, if we do well this cycle, like let's see how it goes. We picked up like a really top level battler, Papito.
Okay.
He's a Canadian, another Canadian. The Canadians are taking over the BTW factions. So he's pretty good. So we have him now. We got Daxu, Buckeye. Who else on there? Dino, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Wildcat is around. Astro actually left the faction. Now he
Too
is
busy
on portrays.
Oh, okay. Filling them out. Oh, no, probably just stepping aside so, like,
That's a new... No, it's a new faction.
Yeah.
Astro just started that. Portrays with Uncle B-Stud. I think he's there. And Blob, my brother, joined Portrays as well.
Mm-hmm.
Smiley is back. So we got the whole crew together. It's going to be fun. It's gonna be
taking all the North American battlers.
We are North American.
Yeah, just taking them all, though. Just... It's like not sharing, being all greedy.
Where do you want them to go?
I mean, we could start a second North American Pallet Town team.
Well,
just send them on over. Yeah, imagine Astro. We'll do some like exchange program. I'll go play for BTW Tress, and he can come play for Pallet Town.
Yeah, exactly. I think Matthew too. Matthew Breaker.
He's interested.
Trace.
Yep.
He left his longtime faction. To join Trace, so...
where was he playing until now?
He was playing with the Team Flareon, I think was the name of it.
Okay.
Yeah, Team Flareon. And I think it was kind of like his locals, sort of. Mm-hmm. But by the sounds of it, like, they were very casual, so... I mean, sometimes... As I've proven, just a little bit of like preparation and communication and teamwork, since it is a team format, can really help like shoot you guys up the rankings, right? So
yeah, totally.
As we've proven. So
that's
exciting
that's
to
what
see.
We've been focusing on because we're like most of our factions are like a ragtag bunch that have all kind of come together and we're all kind of learning together, so we're all focusing on that communication and that teamwork.
Communication's big. Sharing thoughts when team building is massive, because maybe you don't see something, like nothing worse than being like, you being like, oh, I built a good team, and then your opponent submits a team, and you're like, oh shit, I have 6 Pokemon weak to fire, and they have a Talonflame. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna get 03 this week, so I hope you guys can, pick up the slack.
Pick it up, yeah.
Right, stuff like that. So that's why I've been working really hard, trying to understand the Justicar meta. By the way, we can do a Justicar breakdown too, if you have time.
I mean, are we? You don't think it's too late?
Well, the cycle's how many weeks long? Who cares about 1 week?
Okay, so yeah, we can do that. Happy to do that.
I mean, if we miss the first week, that just gives us more data to find out what people are doing, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, fair enough.
We have Catacomb. There's freaking, everything. It's crazy how many there is. We'll have to stream every night this week, right?
Full-time job.
Oh god. Yeah, my girlfriend's gonna love that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She's gonna fly to Australia and murder you.
I mean, I mean, drastic, but understandable.
Yeah.
She can join the queue. So first thing that I noticed is
that there's colors in this cup. That's what I noticed.
Hang on, slow down. What?
The cup is made of colors.
So Trevenant. In fact, an ABB line with Trevenant and Gorgeist, I think, would actually be amazing. Because they've both got the same wins and losses, except Gorgeist obviously loses to Trevenant. So you probably whatever your A is, it needs to be able to beat Trevenant comfortably.
So I will run an ABB line with Shadow Charizard and Shadow Moltres backline.
Shadow Charizard, Shadow Moltres.
Yeah, just to RPS your double grass backline.
Oh, I don't know how well that would work.
I'll RPS you.
I mean, Moltres is so glassy. I'm sure I could work my way around that.
So let's see.
I'll just hex it down.
Moltres beats Trevenant. There you go.
Technically, sure.
How does it look?
Let me check this out. How much would a Seed Bomb and then a bunch of Shadow Claws do? Are we talking regular or Shadow Moltres?
I don't know. What is better, you think?
Or just what's ranked higher, I guess? The Shadow.
I guess technically Shadow is ranked higher.
Yeah, so in the one shields you can just go straight Seed Bomb. I don't know why it's throwing Ancient Power. Isn't that the same energy as...
You're going for that boost, bro. Easy.
Yeah, but on the second one?
Probably still kills.
The Moltres does win.
C-Bomb only does 22%. Okay, relax. Think you can just start throwing C-Bombs at my...
Yeah, then just, double shield and farm all the way down.
The thing about Moltres is the same thing about Shadow Charizard is, you need to give that thing, a bit of energy and shield advantage, and then you just sit back and enjoy the work.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing to watch.
If you can do that, then great.
And there's no Bastiodons around. Lantern, you can two-shot with Blast Burns. So.
From the Shadowzard.
Yeah, I prefer Shadowzard in Open Great League, in just the format. I mean, maybe in this meta it's not as big of a deal because there's not really any steals. I like having the ability to one-shot a Registeel. Because then if it's an endgame scenario, I can kill it without having to oh, the boss burn didn't KO, now I get Zap Cannon, something like that. But I do see some merits in for right now in Justicar, I've been using the regular Charizard a lot, so yeah.
Okay.
Just want to show off my arm
your
in
arm.
this emote.
That's a
pot friend,
it's a
I think.
good looking arm. That's a solid arm there, Evan.
Yeah, welcome in, Evan. Hope your stream early. I think he was doing an IRL stream earlier.
Oh, really? How'd that go?
He was grinding in Central Park. Try not to get attacked by anyone.
Toxapex, pretty RPS, just like Basti, I guess. It's
I mean, there's not really any what resists poison in the meta? Steel
and ground.
Like Fairthorn, pardon?
And ground. So your mud boys.
What ground is there? Oh, there is Swampert.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know Swampert was here, but I guess it's blue. I don't friggin' know. So the thing is, at least with Shadow Swampert, at least you can possibly get a shield with Toxapex in that matchup. Like Wishcash is just horrible because it has Mud Bomb, right? Like Swampert, like Hydro Cannon doesn't do really that much damage to Toxapex, so it's kind of like a baiting game.
How much does an Earthquake do?
A lot. It won't KO it from full health, but it does a lot. It does 85%.
Yeah, and probably you could Mud Shot down from there.
Okay, rank 1 Toxapex, it only does 80%, so
that's a big difference, actually.
And I have a rank 1 Toxapex, so
wow.
And if you have a rank 1 Swapper, it still only does 80%. So like, just for instance, like Brine does 33% to a and a Poison Job is doing 3%. So like, let's say you shield an Earthquake as the Toxapex, like
you are still getting to a second one?
Yeah, they actually outpace you to the second Earthquake. How about if you double shield Earthquakes? You make them to 3.
Yeah, you're looking pretty good as that is Shadow Swampert, right?
Right. But if you give it 1 Poison Jab energy lead, it still wins. But it's very close. And if you have a shitty IV Swampert, like, you know, I don't know.
You still win.
3 HP though, like it's very close.
Sure. But I think we've safely established Shadow Swampert very comfortable against the Toxapex.
Yeah. I think Elite was saying if you shield once, you might be able to get a shield back from them. But other than that, yeah, it's a pretty dominating matchup.
I mean, yeah, you probably couldn't come out of it with a shield advantage, but
so there is some ground types here, is what I'm learning.
But yeah, all the ground types are also water, except for Stunfisk.
Stunfisk, which still beats Toxapex. But probably not as well, because you are taking super effective damage.
From Brine, yeah. And
Brine does like 33%.
And also, with how good Trevenant's going to be, I probably wouldn't want to bring a Ufisk.
You need to discharge and then double Mud Bomb to kill the Toxapex. Just FYI.
Evan says if you're a Swampert and you shield a Toxapex, you should delete the game. Well, if you don't shield, you're going to end up losing that match, or at least coming out with the shield disadvantage.
If they double shield, you know, Toxapex users, they're brain dead. They just double shield for alignment, okay? It's Shadow Swampert, okay, Evan? They sometimes shield because they're super glassy, and if they don't shield, then they're at risk to just get fast moved down in a subsequent matchup, right? Yeah. Don't know, Basti. Shut up. So yeah, ground does look solid because there is some electric, right?
Actually,
I like this one though. Oh, would you say, sorry?
I was gonna say the Garvantula Trevenant matchup. How does that go?
It's kind of neutral. Trevenant does win, but it's like kind of close. The thing is, though, I'm pretty sure even if you no-shield the Seed Bomb, they still farm you down.
Yeah, that's a real problem.
Like, let's say if you put baiting off, see, like, they don't really have to bait. they still get like a lunge only does 48%, and you have full switch. So like if you again, it's one of those things where if you have a bit of an energy lead, then Trev doesn't really want to come into that because they're gonna have to give up shields.
Yeah.
But in general, like Shadow Ball does almost 87%, 86%. So it's very. Even C-Bomb does like 30%.
Yeah,
so.
it's I've got here that Trev is winning all even shields just straight Seed Bomb.
Yeah, basically you don't even have to Shadow Ball. I had a matchup once where I switched into Galv into that. Should really learn matchups. I just played on Vibes and Prayers, I think. Prages, yeah, Prages. Well, like for the most part, I know certain matchups. Like I know sometimes I know like I think this Pokemon can win this matchup, right? Like Lantern versus Umbreon. And then like I was battling Elite the other day in a draft, and I lost the Zero Shield as my Water Gun Lantern to his Umbreon. And do you know why that was?
You lost the say it again.
The Zero Shield as a Water Gun Lantern
to
against an Umbreon.
Was it to do with move timing?
Nope. It's because I threw a Thunderbolt.
What difference
did that make? You should throw 3 Surfs.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, cool.
If you throw a Thunderbolt, you can't win the zeros.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, always room to learn, Evan.
Yeah, you can learn it and then you just forget it later.
Yeah, forget it afterwards.
This is a good one. I like
Shadow
this one.
Zap.
And Evan likes this one too. Shadow, right?
Sorry?
Shadow Zap, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. How does that go against Toxapex?
It beats it. But again, Toxapex probably annoying as hell. Or it's like, do you have to bait it? This one you are baiting, which is risky because the Thunderbolt doesn't KO.
Yeah, I would feel like you'd want to go just straight Thunderbolt.
Like the thing is, see here, like Toxapex can win like the Zero Shield.
Wow.
Even like you don't even have to Sludge Wave because Brine does 50 damage and it basically puts them like they have 55. Brine will put them like dying to one more poison jab, and they won't be out of mood anyways. So, it's very risky to bait Toxapex, in my opinion, because they don't have to shield. Like they could just be like sacking it, right? Maybe they have a Trev in the back. They want to get a shield. They're gonna bring in Trev, shield once, farm you down, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful in that matchup. Because if they call a bait, if they no shield a Drill Peck, you're kind of fucked. Because then they'll probably shield a Thunderbolt, and then what are you gonna do, right?
How much did the Thunderbolt do? I don't think they even need to shield the Thunderbolt.
70%. I'm looking here at the Zero Shield. They survive a Thunderbolt.
Yeah,
pretty.
if they call a Drill Peck, they probably would still have to shield the Thunderbolt next.
Where the hell's my rank ones? How come it's not giving me my rank ones?
Look at this shit. Trevenant and Toxapex Core, A, and B.
That's what people have been talking about, mainly.
Yeah. So Shadow Zap is...
Zapdos.
And Luxray, Shadow Luxray, and Shadow Ampharos. So yeah, you need an electric that can beat Trevenant.
I liked Ampharos too, a lot. Because if they have a high-ranked Trev, like most people probably have a pretty good staff product on their Trev by now, you can win CMP with the Ampharos on Trev too. So which is really nice.
What about like Trev and double electric?
Oh well, since Evan's here, we're not allowed talking about ABB teams. So
oh right, okay. My apologies.
We have to talk about like a balanced team or like an ABC team or like a team that doesn't make any friggin' sense. Like throw a Melton in there somewhere. Yeah. So I think Trev plus an electric also works because you're mainly worried about like Zapdos and like Charizard and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even I will say, even Toxapex like does pretty well against Trev.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like a baiting game for the Trev. Like, are they gonna Sludge Wave me or not? Because if you Sludge Wave them, you basically can just farm it down the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's only neutral poison moves, right? So. I like the idea of Ampharos, and it has the coverage moves, right?
Yeah. So what would you run
Well, you need Brutal Swing for like Trev.
for Trev?
I don't really think you need Focus Blast.
What about Zapcan?
I feel like you should probably just run Thunder Punch. I know it sounds boring, but like sometimes you need that electric damage, and having to build up to like a Zap Cannon is kind of like there's no Registeel, there's no Umbreon here, so there's nothing like super glassy. Okay. Let's see, Trevenant and Ampharos Shadow. Bulk F, but coverage is B.
Yeah, which is not bad.
You lose to Trev, which is why with this team I would probably lead Trev, so that if they have a Trev in the back, you always have like an energy advantage if they switch into you. Let's say. They both lose to Abomasnow, so that is one
That's
issue.
interesting. Have you got shadows turned on?
I don't, but I'm assuming Shadow Abomasnow would beat them both too.
Yeah, you're right.
Shiftry. Yeah, it would be kind of annoying actually, some things. So maybe Trev isn't the play. Maybe it's you need something for the grounds that can also beat water or grass, or something for the grounds that can also beat grass.
A ground that can also beat grass.
No, something that can beat ground types and grass types.
Oh, okay.
So what is that? Abomasnow?
Zapdos?
Maybe Abomasnow is a better.
Yeah.
I don't think Zapdos beats like Swampert.
No, you're right. Yeah. So
it's a very glassy team.
What about like a Pelipper?
Pelipper could be interesting.
And how does Pelipper do against Toxapex?
It's okay. I wouldn't say it's great, but at least you have at least you can like Hurricane it, right?
Yeah, I mean, with a Brian Bait here, you're losing with a 408 rating, which is not bad. The Toxapex has 22 HP left.
It's pretty bad. Stunkfisk.
Stunkfisk?
Stunkfisk. They're recommending as a teammate Araquanid.
For Pelipper.
Which is interesting.
Oh, for Ampharos.
You still lose to Stunkfisk, which is not great. You lose to Pachirisu and Galv. And Jumpluff. And Togedemaru. And Alolan Marowak. But Alolan Marowak's actually probably not that bad.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be. You can just go all in on Solar Beam Ninetales.
The Ninetales matchup with actually the Kanto and Ninetales matchup is not that bad with Stunkfisk. Yeah, this is a really good team. How about this team? There you go. That's a great team.
You're welcome.
I remember from one of the Silph factions metas like a few cycles ago, where it was Stunfisk was very common, and so was Ninetales. That you can beat it if you land an overheat. I think.
Right. This is Fire Spin or Ember?
Ember.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can run fire. It doesn't matter. Fire Spin, Ember, whatever you want. It's like there's no right or wrong fast move. I don't think. Yeah, we'll have to see.
Mantine?
But yes, Mantine does seem interesting too. Yep.
Yeah.
Ferrothorn also seems kind of intriguing. Anytime steel types, you know. You do lose to Trev, but it's recommending you run Flash Cannon.
Yeah, I can see that. Because, like, what do you ever need Thunder for? It's like the grasses and the steels. No, sorry, not the grasses. The flyers and the steels.
You get Trev pretty low. You would get pretty destroyed against. You would get beat pretty bad against like Zapdos with this moveset. Although Flash Cannon would probably still do a lot. It does 66. Problem is Flash Cannon is not a great move.
No, it's not the best.
It's 70 energy and does 66% to Trev. Whereas Shadow Ball is 55 energy and does 50%. So like,
what about Walrein? I feel like Walrein's got some play here.
Walrein sucks. It's ranked lower.
It's ranked pretty low, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's something that I mean, it's an. I don't think it's that susceptible to RPS, as what like Swampert would be, for example. Like, yeah, you could run Shift Tree to beat the crap out of a Trevenant, but then you're gonna get your ass handed to you by the Toxapex, whereas Walrein would just have like a little bit. It wouldn't be amazing at any one particular matchup, but it would have like a little bit of play against a lot of things.
Guess it's just because there's a lot of electric and fire types at the ranked up there. Maybe like Victini, Zapdos. Well, I guess you technically can beat Zapdos.
Yeah, you'd be able to beat Zapdos. You could like Earthquake a Victini while taking neutral
Gal,
from
Pachirisu, Credilli. You technically beat, I think, or it's very close with Walrein.
Hey Ben, welcome.
Araquanid is ranked pretty high too, I'd say. So there's also that, which technically walls it, quote unquote, right?
So you could double
Not
Earthquake.
sure about this meta yet.
Yeah, I know. It's looking pretty iffy. You could beat a Toxapex with Walrein with 2 Earthquakes. So if you'll need a bit of an energy lead to get to the second.
How about something like this as like a potential possible core breaker for like Toxapex Trev? Because like,
yeah,
you wall
I can see that.
Toxapex technically, right?
Yeah.
And you would do good against the fires. You still lose to these things, but it's like you have that water subtyping, which is really nice. And like, if you can get an energy lead, let's say Toxapex lead into you, like, you know, Travis, it's hard to come into that too. You have Shadow Club, but
I like that idea.
I don't know how popular Toga Demaru is. Sorry, but maybe I'll try it.
You're gonna try Toga Demaru?
Sure. What does it beat? Charizard, Zapdos, Toxapex. Gets destroyed by Trevenant.
No, I mean, you can't run anything that loses to a Alolan Shadow Executor.
Dude, Alolan Shadow Executor is busted. Look at this thing over Zapdos. Do you want to know why it's 927?
I mean, I'm actually surprised by that, because, like, a Drill Peck is still super effective.
Dude, you think it's going to get the 2 Drill Pecks?
Clearly not.
You don't even need to throw this.
That's crazy. What is that? It's, 7 Dragon Tails and
they
it's
do
done?
get the 2 here. That's weird then. Why? I don't understand the sim then. Oh, they get there with 1 HP. So if you throw...
Let's go.
Wait, the sim is a 1 HP shield kill? Look at it.
That's amazing.
1 HP. But nobody had, like, my Zapdos is like a 15, like 6, 14 or something like that. Yeah. Do you think it's gonna make it to 2 moves? No, it doesn't. That's hilarious. Who's that? King?
Hey, Kingbreaker.
King Breaker, how's it going? Toshi? Who's Toshi?
And you're Toshi.
What? Okay. I'll take that. Yeah, I don't know. Like you're saying, the meta does seem very polarizing, but maybe we're missing some things. Maybe Dragon is the way to, like, kind of non-RPS the meta. Like maybe something like Kingdra can help equalize the meta a little bit.
Maybe.
Because Kingdra always sims worse than it actually plays out, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it has very close losses to Charizard, Toxapex. Like, look, Trevenant, Toxapex, like, very neutral against both. It could make potentially, like, a decent safe swap against one of these as a lead.
Yeah.
Thank you. Uh-oh. You kicked the cord. It's okay. Thank you. It's good now.
Well
You
done,
want to come say
Kingbreaker.
hi? No?
One day.
I'm ranked 13 in season 14. Yes, good.
Well done.
I think I'm ranked like 18 or something. I don't know.
Wow, don't dunk on the guy. Oh yeah, cool story.
What is
I'm
it,
5 ranks. I'm 5 ranks above you, but yeah, cool.
Who gives a shit? Like, rank doesn't mean anything. I'm just making conversation.
Sure.
It just means I've done more battles. That's it.
Fair enough, Toshi.
Like, at this point in this, it's not like the guy said he was like 2,000 elo, and I was like, well, get this motherfucker. I'm 100. Okay, so, like, come on.
I think. So what? Hang on. We've got the Trevenant Toxapex team. I think if we introduce Swampert into that as well, that would have to, like, there would have to be nothing that beats all 3, surely.
So, like, this is the thing, is that they don't usually give Kingdra the Octazooka buff in these sims, right?
Right.
So, like, if you get the buff on stuff, like, you can beat, like, a jump bluff. You can beat a lot of these things that it's saying that it's losing to if you get a debuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you get them to shield. And that's the art of playing Kingdra is, like, you mix it up when you're baiting and when you're going for the nuke, right?
Yep.
Because, like, here, look, it's saying you're losing to Abomasnow. Even, like, you're losing to Shadow Abomasnow, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, you apply the buff. Easy. You win. 3 HP.
So, how does it do against the big 3? Obviously, it does pretty well against the Swampert. But then, like, the
Trevenant again is baiting. But we get the debuff. You still lose. But what happens if Trev doesn't bait? And we get the debuff. We still lose.
How much energy would you need to overcome it? Like, could you get to like a... Could you bait and get to a second... Get to an outrage, or...?
I think you wouldn't even need... Basically, with the Dragon Breath, you can just go Octazooka. But you only at 37 energy, you need 50 energy. So you would need quite a bit of an energy lead.
Yeah, right.
But, let's see, See what Kingdra is good at doing, though. 2 shields.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's something.
Seems to win a lot of matchups in the 2 shields. So, like, this is against the meta. It's 10 wins, 17 losses. But if we go to the 2 shield scenario, then it's up to 13. But you can't even apply the buff here, right? And you can give it a couple Dragon Breaths lead. Just pretend like it's on a safe swap, right? So that's 4 Dragon Breaths, roughly. So 566 up to 600. Hey. 21 wins, 7 losses. So if it's a meta that's focused on, you know, switch advantage, maybe that's a good strategy to employ. Is Helios good in Great League? I'm gonna have to say no. In this meta, it might have a place, sort of, but I don't think so, really. Unfortunately.
It's an electric with Mud Slap.
It has Volt Switch.
And Volt Switch as well.
It has some interesting charge moves. Like you can see here, Helios. It's ranked number 280. It beats Pelipper. It has Quick Attack as well, which is interesting.
Okay.
But so it is a normal type that gets absolutely destroyed by Trevenant. Well, not destroyed, but it still loses to Trevenant. Being electric, and because it has no charge moves.
Yeah.
To hit Trev, right?
No coverage.
If this had maybe like a dark charge move, you know, it could be interesting. Like if this thing had Brutal Swing, you could possibly run like Volt Switch, Brutal Swing, Grass Knot, or something like that for this meta, and that could be very interesting. But unfortunately, with its current moveset, I don't think it's that good. There's so many other better electric types, right? Like as we already saw, Zapdos.
Zapdos and Ampharos are my favorites.
Ampharos. Togedemaru looks interesting too. It's a steel type is just good, right?
Well, I feel like Galv is one that I'm looking at just because it's got play against Swampert. It doesn't like really win, but it's got like it can farm something down and then like unleash 2 wonders.
Stinger shit out of a Swampert, you know.
Make sure
Wild
those
Charge does do
doing
47. Pardon? Sorry,
go on. You go.
I was just saying, Wild Charge does do 47% to a Trevenant, so keep that in mind. Like, there is potential win cons there if you have energy. Let's say you come out of a Toxapex matchup with some energy, right? Versus Swampert. Oof. Yeah, that's going to be bad. I think Wild Charge still does 42% against Swampert, so... But, yeah, it doesn't look good. You win the 2-0s. There you go.
Yep, you can hang your head on that.
So I'm excited to try out... I was doing some practice and stuff for... Justicar, the Ultra League meta, and the initial team that I built is like really bad. I was just getting like completely like slapped around by different things.
Yeah.
So then I reworked the team, and like it's so much better now. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Magnezone, dude, like Shadow Magnezone, is insane. They banned ground types in that meta, and there's only 3 dragons in the whole meta.
Nice.
So. Yeah, like, it's pretty insane.
And I think if I come off the bench for my faction, I might be doing a bit of Justicar, so I'm glad for that tip.
Do you have a Como?
No.
You kind of need a Como.
Okay.
I'm not. Or you need a dragon on your team. I mean, you could try getting away with just running like Zekrom or something, but I think you definitely want Como if you can get one.
Yeah, fair enough.
You need something to resist electric, because or else it's just too strong.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Shadow Luxray looks interesting. Rated 100 as a lead. So it obviously destroys your Zapdos and your Charizard. It would lose to Swampert. It beats Trevenant with Spark, Wild Charge, and Psychic Fangs in the lead. So look at that.
By the way, Shadow Kingdra has a better battle rating in the 2 shields with a slight energy lead. Just FYI.
That's good to know.
Sorry, what were you saying about Luxray?
Shadow Luxray in the 1 shield against Trev this is the 1 shield, right? Yeah. Can Psychic Fangs and then Wild Charge to death. The only problem with this is that why would they ever shield the first move?
Well, Wild Charge does a shit ton.
Wild Charge does a shit ton after the debuff. It's 60%. I mean, 60% before the Psychic Fangs nerf is still pretty good, and then 74% after the nerf.
They have 25 HP left at the end of the 0 shield battle. That's you throwing a C-bomb to KO after they debuff themselves.
So you do beat them on CMP, so you'd have to probably throw your Wild Charge after 7. Because, like, you know you can tank a Seed Bomb, but you couldn't tank a Shadow Ball. So if you build to 7 and then throw the Wild Charge, then you just auto shield whatever they throw after that.
Yeah, it's interesting. You could also run Snarl on Luxray. I'm not sure. I don't think it really helps you, but like a debuff Snarl does almost 8% to Trev.
Yeah,
so
that's
give you some
huge.
Farm down potential, you know, like. Yeah, I don't know if it's great still, but. Let's see here. What does Toxapex do against it with? Let's see here. Okay, let's see if you just like double Wild Charge. Yeah. You just shield once, even with Snarl, you shield once and you double Wild Charge. But Toxapex does win the 0 shield.
Yeah, okay.
But that's them brining. How much does a brine do? 52 damage. That's with Snarl. With Spark, you probably win the 0s. Yeah. So there is pros and cons, right? Yeah, the Toxapex matchup looks much better with Spark. So, and you still can win
against Trev.
So
yeah. So that's the way that's the way we'd play that one.
I got a 1492 CP Lapras. What move can I give it? Well, most people run it with Ice Shard as the fast move, which is Legacy, so you would have to use an Elite TM. Sometimes Water Gun is okay, but I think most of the time you're going to want to run Ice Shard. And then most people run Surf Skull Bash as the charge moves, which are both just available with regular TMs. So. certain metas people do run Ice Beam, right? But
yeah.
that is also legacy. But then you get walled by other water types, so it's kind of like pros and cons, right? Graveler is eligible, interesting. But in a meta where ground looks decent, it's always risky.
And Trev. like Swampert and Trev.
Graveler can hang in there against Trev. Just saying.
Can it?
Well, Stone Edge does 70%.
Okay.
So again, if they swap into you, like this is a Rock Blast bait, Rock Blast. Okay, you need a little bit more energy than that. But, like you, it's I've beaten a Trev before.
Yeah, yeah.
With Graveler, just because you have that like big nuke, right?
Mm-hmm.
So. How about Dugong? That would be a very annoying for Toxapex and also beats Trev.
I mean, if I ended up in a Dugong Toxapex matchup, I think I would delete the game.
97 seconds?
Yeah, oh boy.
Let's take it to the 2 shields. 113 seconds.
That's disgusting. Stop it right now.
And you almost win as a Dugong.
Yeah, you almost win. Like... That is.
Let's sim rank. I don't know why it's not auto selecting rank.
What about
right now?
Blizzard as the second move?
Blizzard? How does that help you?
I mean, it would probably do more to the Toxapex than what like once you debuff it 4 times, you go for the Blizzard.
They're shielding it later. I don't know why, but
yeah, that's.
I think Dugong. Yeah, it's interesting. Electivire could also like, if it's a Toxapex lead, like they wouldn't want to come into the Trev with it if you have energy, but then you're probably also debuffed, so they probably just shut a Claw down. Lurantis, again, the grass do seem interesting, but they take super effective from the Toxapex, right?
Yeah.
So, because there's not really, is there any grass poison types?
Grass poison. I mean, there would be.
Vileplume,
Venusaur.
Venusaur is eligible.
Yeah.
Interesting. Salazzle.
Ooh.
Very interesting one. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still not quite sure how to. Or is that the team you run? You run Trev Double Water.
Ooh.
With this thing.
With Coolfish.
This could be your safe swap.
Maybe. I mean, you're getting some nice wins. You're beating Trev, which is cool. Barely.
I think that's Beatty.
Yeah.
It's recommending Sludge Wave.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could run Ice Beam. Like, this thing has a lot of moves. Ice Beam, Acid Spray, Fell Stinger.
But then if you run Aquatail Ice Beam, you're getting walled by the Toxapex.
How's that any different than if you have Sludge Wave?
Sludge Wave, you're right, yeah. Yes, that's fair enough.
Toxapex just wins because it's bulkier, that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the moral of the story. It's just outbulk neutral matchups or resisted matchups, whatever. Yeah, something to think about. Dugong, we know we're going to put that one in the trash. Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what looks like the best type here.
I
Grass, I guess. It resists electric. It resists water. It like
mean, basically our problem that we're trying to solve is how do you break the Toxapex, Trevenant, Swampert core? Like, what do you do to play around those 3 Pokemon in a team?
you RPS them.
So
Right?
without relying on RPS, is there anything we can do? Is there anything we can work out?
Charizard can beat Swampert and Trevenant.
Okay, sure. There was the Mantine or the Pelipper.
Pelipper Charizard can handle Shadow Charizard. Mantine is really annoying.
Shadow
'Cause it
Zard
has
can handle
bubble.
Pelipper?
Yeah, you just in certain scenarios. Come on, man. Like, look at the 2 shield.
Yeah, that's close.
You get it down to
1
like
HP.
it says 1 HP.
Jeez.
So
Okay, so yeah, there's an option.
I always like sometimes I had a team that was like I was running Charizard and like some other like a Lantern in the back or something. And then like if it's a Swampert lead, I'll just stay in. And like preferably if it's Shadow Swampert, it's better because then I can just go straight Dragon Claw and like you win the 2 shield against Shadow Swampert because he went CMP, right?
Yeah.
And you guys pace at the same time to Dragon Claw, so because they say your cursor's over
Dragon
the thing.
Breath Zard from Athena.
I don't know. I just like wing attack is too good. I think it's the problem.
Yeah, because I don't think wing attack's really proving it in any disadvantage for you, is it? Like,
Dragon Breath only helps you versus things like with like Lantern, let's say, and then you're probably gonna lose anyways. So I think it's just preferable to have wing attack just because wing attack is so strong. Like Charizard with wing attack can get to basically 3 Dragon Claws in the time Dragon Breath Charizard gets to 2.
And I imagine that you're suddenly finding the Trevenant matchup a lot harder. Also, Queen Aurora with the raid. Welcome into Aurora and viewers. Juice for you. Welcome, welcome. Shout out Queen Aurora.
Will Cujo's here. Welcome in.
And
too.
Will.
Thank you so much for the raid.
We'll give you a shout out as well in a second. So here's basically, if you've missed the last hour, let me summarize it for you. Trevenant, Toxapex, Swampert. Done. That is just an absolutely disgustingly busted core. And we are trying to work out how to get around it in some way.
I think the answer is the Zapdos, right?
That's the best thing. I mean, but even the Zapdos would really struggle against Swampert. Ampharos is probably my favorite of the 3.
Like Drill Peck still hits Swampert pretty good, and at least you get to that move, right? So
yeah.
Whereas opposed to like
how much does it do
to a Swampert?
Yeah,
I would guess like half. I just built my Swamp. Hey Fish, are you gonna be joining the BTW custom meta, the Meadow Cup?
I haven't looked at it yet. What's the dealio with it?
Submissions are due tomorrow.
Oh, far out.
You better join.
I haven't even entered into an Ionic Cup yet. I need to sort that out first.
Ionic Cup is second.
No.
You're on the staff. You're on the staff in PTW, so you need to enter the custom meta, sir.
I will put it on my to-do list, my extensive to-do list.
I will quickly tell you, well, before we get sidetracked, Bug, electric, fighting, grass, ice, and water are allowed. Banned is poison, steel, megas, Trev, Alola Ninetales, Hakamo, Komo-o, and Tropius.
Cool.
Shadow Electivire looks pretty good there too. Just
Okay.
FYI.
Actually, Electivire could do pretty well in Color Cup as well.
Zapdos.
So, the Shadow Zapdos does 65% with a Drill Peck to a Shadow Swamp.
Oh yeah, Shadow. Regular, he probably still does about 50, right? So.
Yeah, probably. Oh, actually, that was to a no. Hang on. Why is it only giving me the? So that is definitely against a Shadow. Against the normal, it does 54%. So yeah, it's So
2 KO, which is always nice.
And it is 40 energy, so you are outpacing to Hydro Cannons. Hydro Cannon does 75% from a normal. Oh, see, there's your problem though. I reckon if you're up against a Shadow Swampert, 89%, they could probably Mud Shot you down from there. Yeah, it's a
no resisted Mud Shot.
Yeah. No, just single resisted Mud Shot.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said double. But yeah, each.
Well, it's flying electric, right?
Yeah. So. Each Mud Shot is doing 2.6%. So 5% for every 2, 10% for every 4
As I
Mud
learned,
Shots.
Medicham beats Shadow Zapdos in the one shield.
Yeah, that's bonkers. So
because it survives the Drill Peck, so
you have to shield literally every move from a Shadow Swamp if you're the Shadow Zapdos. But if you can build up an energy lead on another matchup, then you can 2 Drill Peck them to death.
Yeah, you just easily catch a Hydro Cannon on your Toxapex or something, right? And just sack it, and then hopefully you can sweep with this thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to catch it on your Trev, because then they only need 1 more to kill you.
No. All the charges in this cup are super glassy. I guess that's charges normally are.
Isn't that a typical? Yeah. Trev is, I wouldn't call it. Charizard is not glassy, man. That thing is a tank.
A 1675 stat product tank.
Shadow. Keep in mind, so it loses defense. I've tanked many an ice punches with my Charizard. From a Medicham. Roserade could be interesting, maybe.
Bullet
can
Seed.
Beat Swampert. Can beat Trevenant. Can beat Abomasnow. Loses to Toxapex, but again, like, a Leaf Storm only does 55%. Jesus Christ.
I was looking at the Shadow Abomasnow before. Like, Energy Ball from Shadow Obama only does like 35%. It's so dumb.
This thing is, I like using it. It's really fun.
My best thing that I've been able to come up with was the thing that I actually started with, which was like ABB Grass Ghost. So like whatever in the lead, and then Trevenant and Gorgeist in the back. You kind of need something against a Trevenant safe swap, though, right?
Yeah, Shiftry.
Okay, but then the Toxapex comes in and just farms you straight down.
Shadow Shifter, so they get less farm. Or
I mean, there's a Bomber Snow as well, but again, same problem with Tox.
Mantine also does okay against both those Pokemon. Here it's telling you to run Ice Beam, but I've also seen it run with a Bubble Beam Aerial Ace combination. And so you don't play like this. What you do is you Bubble Beam the Toxapex twice, and then you start throwing Aerial Aces, I think, or is it you Bubble Beam it 3 times? Let's see.
I'm hanging out for this result.
Yeah, basically. I think you still lose. Thought it was a little better.
Yeah. It's better.
Maybe you only need to Bubble Beam twice.
You turned off the debuff on the first Bubble Beam.
What the frick? It's super close.
I feel like Pelipper's a better way to go here. What's the Pelipper Trev matchup like?
It is good the more you shield the Pelipper.
Yeah.
Because weather balls do a lot. Sorry, don't do a lot. Wing attacks do a lot.
How are you surviving a shadow?
Yeah, get the hell out of here, clueless. Yo, you gotta set up TTTV for these guys or whatever, Twitch TV for the promotes. Yeah, well, Cujo, hope you're having a great night. We're just going over the color cup here, trying to figure out if we can bust this meta, but currently
unable to do so.
Looks like I will just be running either Open Great League or I've been trying to make what do you call it, work in Open Great League. Galarian Weezing, been working on that.
Oh.
Zapdos will rule.
I mean, yeah,
sure.
Look at us both like, I mean, yeah. It's definitely one of the best contenders.
Yeah, it seems also like Roserade, but again, it's super glassy.
Yeah.
Victini could be interesting too. You have Psychic for Toxapex, you have V-Create for Trev.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A Psychic does 51% to a Toxapex.
But how much does a Brian do?
58.
Yeah, it's alright. She only had 100 rare candies.
I know, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Psychic,
yeah.
55 damage. For what? Oh, for the...
Torkoal, let's go. Oh, for the Zapdos.
I just built it for Meadow Cup, so I might give it a shot here. Again, Trev keeps seeming to come up on basically all these lists, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It'd be nice if there was a steel type that did better against Trev. I don't think there's any steel.
Ferrothorn's the only steel type, right?
No, there's all the steel electrics. There's also Kartana.
Oh, yeah. Kartana.
Which loses to both Trev and Toxapex. There's also Empoleon, don't forget about him. Which does beat Toxapex. But you would think it would do it more handily than a 577 rating. There's also XL Pharaoh Seed. No, don't forget about that one.
I miss Harambe. I do not recommend that strat.
I'm going triple fire. I can't find a weakness. Okay, well, yeah.
Good luck. Next minute.
Yeah, Togedemaru is... We're just trying to see if there's something that can also have some play against Trev. Seems like all the steel types do well against... well, most of the steel types do well against Toxapex, but lose to Trev, right? Which makes them kind of RPS. Although, as we did point out before, like, things like Magnezone and stuff, like... Shadow Magnezone, like, look at its rating with Trev. Wild Charge is 58%. Yo, do you get crazy?
Run double electric.
You could run Zap Cannon. You could run Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon does 101% to a Trevenant.
Far out. Okay.
So let's say you would need a shield advantage for that. But you can basically one-shot it, right? You can also do the same thing with Zap Cannon, though.
But then there's also Swampert on the in the meta that you got to avoid. So you can like run Flash Cannon to break the Trevenant Toxapex core, but you still couldn't beat
I wouldn't
Swampert.
say break it, but Zap Cannon still does 77% to a Swampert, so
wow. I mean, but will you ever get there?
Probably not. But there's always hope, right? So maybe if you're running Zap Cannon, you might want to go with Magneton then.
For Thundershock.
Since it has Thundershock.
Yeah.
And you can run Discharge as well, so you don't have to debuff yourself. So you do win the... Wait, why would they Earthquake you here? Can they double Hydro? No. So you do win again. You win the 1-0 against Swampert with Shadow Magneton. Because the Zap Cannon does 81%. It's just something to consider, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what we have to do. Like, there's no one specific Pokemon that's like, yeah, this is going to break all three. So the play is to work out a bunch of this stuff where, like, how do you utilize energy and movesets to overcome bad matchups?
Thundershock only does 2.5%.
What about Bug Bite Charger Bug?
What about it?
How would that do against, like, the big three?
Okay, one. Okay, I'm just seeing here. So 11 Thunder Shocks puts you at 99 energy. Just FYI.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do 12 because then you'll go over 100, right?
Yep.
So if you, let's say hypothetically, if they safe swapped Toxapex, and you can, with a Shadow Magneton, you can discharge shield once, discharge farm down, and then you leave with 100 energy, which would either be 2 discharges or a zap cannon. Just saying hypothetically. And how much does a Magnet Bomb do to Trev? Magnet Bomb actually does 66% to Trevenant. And you actually beat Trev, it says.
Yeah, I'm not particularly surprised by that.
And they're throwing a discharge, which is weird because they're
that is
both
very
the same
weird.
energy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, Magneton could be also an interesting thing that could sort of have play between Trev and Toxapex. When is the Ionic Field breakdown? You have to ask Fish about that one. I thought we were supposed to do Sunday, but he never messaged me.
Yeah, that's my fault. Too busy. Perthing.
That's okay.
But I mean, again, is it too late? Can we still do one, or I feel like
the month just started. A lot of the tournaments haven't even started yet.
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, we'd have to do it pretty quick. Let's do it right now. Transition. Star wipe.
Yeah, we could try it right now. No, I don't want to do it right
Yeah,
now.
no.
I actually have to battle someone at around 10 o'clock. So.
And I am I'm streaming with Sosaflow on PBN in about an hour and a half. Dom, hello, Dom.
What's up, Doms? What are you doing there? What are you doing with Sosaflow?
How much to set up a star wipe transition? Or like one of those like ones where it like spins out of the corner. So we're going to be talking about like Perth, and then I think talking about Ionic Cup. I think that's what the plan was.
See, you're doing a breakdown right there. Perfect.
And what stream can I make it up? Sunday and Monday mornings US time. That's when I'm just doing my GBL sets. And I also I don't accept it unless I have at least 1 million Stardust, which at the moment I do.
What?
Yeah.
It's because of the new GBL season, probably.
Yeah. Got that.
This guy barely touches the game, so like, you know, he doesn't really get Stardust.
No. I also like rarely spend it, so I'm on 1.072 mil.
How do you do factions then?
What do you mean? I've got a big roster already. It's like I've got the benefit of having been. Oh, here's a Bruxish.
Wild?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
978.
I think it looks like it's good in Psychic Cup. They said with Bite.
Okay. I'll let you know the IVs. It's registering to the Pokedex. It is 15, 10, 14.
Pretty good. Like, it's nice IVs for just like a wild catch.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's almost a hundo. Can max out for Ultra League. Do you want me to list things that I've powered up already for the new Ultra League season? Tentacruel. That's a level 50. Okay. I built a Raikou. I built a Zekrom. I built. What did I build? Anything else? I just finished Best Buddy a Galarian Weezing, so I might have to build that shortly.
Yeah.
That's 500,000 Stardust. I built a. What was the other thing called? Florges. Raikou IVs? Oh, it's a hundo. I have a little bit. Yeah, my brother traded me a Raikou because I wanted to try to re-roll for IVs, and it became a non-lucky hundo Raikou.
Oh wow!
And then the very next day, he traded me a Zekrom, and it became a 15, 14, 15. Very random.
And that, is that a functional hundo or?
No, 14. I have a hundo Zekrom,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was rarely lucky. So, the functional hundo for Zekrom is 14 HP. Same for Reshiram as well.
Oh, Goldango in Fantasy Cup. Rank 12, 1, 13, 13. What CP does that get up to?
Rank 12, Jesus. Yeah, most of them are that. Goldango probably pretty decent in that Fantasy Cup, like
Yeah.
because you're Ghost. So like, let's say if Registeel's not running Zap Cannon, like some of them are running Flash Cannon, Focus Blast, then you would wall it, right?
Yeah, most of the functional
that's-
hundos 15, 15, 14. That sounds right. Try Tapu, Goldango, and Giratina. Yeah, that sounds like a great. I'm jealous. I'd love to try that.
I've been lazy. I didn't even do the Goldango thing yet.
Yeah, same. Yeah, so I'm jealous, but like I have no right to be.
I didn't even. I need to do that. Maybe I'll do that tonight after I'm done battling the guy. As long as I get the bed on time. I don't know if I'm gonna have time though.
Credilli is something like a Stone Edge does 61% to a Trev, Shadow Ball does 50%, so like they outpace the Shadow Ball to the Stone Edge, so you'd need a bit of an energy lead. Energy lead.
I just wish Bullet Seed was like slightly better. I don't know what it is. Like Snarl, it seems like is okay.
Be careful what you
Does
wish
Snarl
for.
do more damage than?
No, they're exactly the same.
Just seems like Bullet Seed is shittier. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the charge moves, like
Probably.
Shifter has Leaf Blade, whereas Ferrothorn has like Power Whip, right? And Laurent, like
I mean, yeah, you can beat the Credilli, so you can beat the Toxapex with Credilli if you chip it a bit first. So
yeah,
just-
you're taking neutral damage from everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's not too bad for Credilli for sure.
No.
And you can beat Swampert. Again, though, like an Earthquake still claps you. Especially from like a Shadow Swampert.
Yeah, that's what Lyle was thinking.
What am I thinking?
Dom just said the same thing you did, where the charge moves make a difference.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It just seems like every time Bullet Seed, like, yeah, Sceptile. But I always preferred running Fury Cutter on Sceptile. I don't know why.
Oh, I mean, wait, Fury Cutter.
Sceptile.
Oh, okay. So we're
Got a
still talking about the
Bullet
Bullet Seed. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
we're still talking about the Bullet Seed. Take over. Like Jump Bluff, like it wasn't even as good with Bullet Seed, right? But then when they gave it Fairy Wind, it just became like actually somewhat meta, like became a lot better.
Well, I mean that's a bit of a different case because like Fairy Wind does better than Bullet Seed at what Bullet Seed is good at. So like,
yeah, plus it's a 2-turn move,
plus it's a
which
2-turn
is
move.
better. Which is better, more optimal. Yeah, Fury Cutter. Yeah, it is it's a bad one.
Sceptile with Earthquake beats Toxapex.
With what? Fury Cutter?
Bullet Seed.
Not according to this.
I've got rank 1 automatically set up.
I do too, but I don't understand why it's not populating right now.
Yeah, that's weird.
Look at it says here max stat product.
Interesting. Yeah, so why is... Oh, hang on, no. Oh, sorry. Hang on. No, that was a key loss, not a key win. That is... totes my bad.
I was gonna say, how much do you think an earthquake does? Probably like, it does 65%, so... Yeah, not enough.
Yeah. Man, if that... that could have been a huge coup to discover that one. Oh, hang on, there's this thing that's ranked like 85 in the cup. But it can beat Toxapex, despite having a weakness to its moves. Look, I think we've basically covered it. Like, it's Swampert, Toxapex, Trev, RPS, and we've given you a whole bunch of examples of things that can beat like 2 things and then challenge the 3rd if you play it right.
Is this tomorrow the leagues rotate, or is it still Thursdays?
I believe it's still Thursdays.
Because the league changeover, the season changeover was Wednesdays, right? It says it's March 8th that it changes to Color Cup. So that is tomorrow.
Oh, it is? Okay. For me, it's March 9. Which, yeah, it's the 8th for me now. Yeah, right. So we've only got one more day of Fantasy Cup.
I haven't been playing any Fantasy Cup because I don't really have the right stuff built for it, I don't think. Unfortunately.
I've been doing really well. So I did have a lot of battles that were affected by my crappy Perth hotel Wi-Fi. But even with that, I've got a 52 out of 75 record.
And what were you using?
Tapu Fini, Giratina Altered, and Lucario. And I've only just recently changed the Altered Giratina for Origin.
Yeah, I think Origin is even better against like Registeel, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And also better against like Tapu Fini as well.
Yeah, having that shield pressure.
The Shadow Claws that actually do damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, well, I don't have a Origin built. I also don't have a Lucario built for Ultra League.
Okay. I think I actually built it specifically for this cup.
The Lucario?
Yeah.
Do I even have I have like a one that's ranked like 200 for Ultra League.
200's alright. Mine's rank 487.
So mine claps yours. But see, that's like, it's 187,000 Stardust to build. And I'm at 719,000 right now.
So yeah, you don't want to spend like a quarter of your dust.
And like I said, I need to build...
For a cup that ends tomorrow.
Well, I also might need to build a... Basically, I was saving I was saving Stardust for Justicar.
Mm-hmm.
That was mainly it because, like, we're in Platinum now, so I need to make sure that I have the Pokemon necessary to compete.
Yeah.
Because other people in my factions don't quite have some of the XL stuff required for some of these Ultra League stuff.
Okay, so you got to carry your team.
They don't have the XLs. What can we do, right? Like I don't think anyone else on our faction has like a Tentacruel. A lot of people don't have Como, things like that, right?
Mm.
So I got really lucky with the Como trade. Like I had that. I think I got it in December, maybe. One of locals.
Yeah. Stop ringing. I bet we better end the stream. Sorry, we'll raid Battle Bill. I don't think I've raided.
Who's calling you? It's the telemarketers?
No, it's family. Trying to get in touch with them.
Oh, you better go pick up the phone.
Yeah. Alright, so commencing raid. Raid has been created. Thank you, Lyle, for joining me once again. Hopefully we have cleared up the Color Cup for you. We will find a time to try and do an Ionic and a Justicar Cup breakdown. Maybe we'll do them like back-to-back.
I'm so confused with Color Cup still, number one. And secondly, Justicar will be pretty quick.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. Tune in on Thursday, I think it'll be, when we have our next episode of The Ring. It'll be Hisui and Ryan versus Dark Ice.
Well, let's go. That'll be a spicy battle.
Yeah. And go check out Lyle Jeffs on his channel.
I might stream one time eventually.
When was the last time you streamed?
I think it was right before I hit Legend last season. So it would have been
so not that long ago.
Around the beginning of January.
Okay, so once every couple of months, go tune into Lyle Jeff's stream. Or just check him out doing his work with the BTW community. And rating. Bam. Done.
Okay, great.